this video, I'm going to talk about One Punch Man and some of the character that he displayed in the first episode. One thing that the show does really well is give you this good sense of just everyday life and culture in Japan. As you can see, there's a bit of commentary on what must be the monotony of working life in Japan. But the show takes those mundane moments and shatters them, taking reality to the extremes. A never-ending supply of evil villains are on their way who want to cause as much harm, destruction and chaos as possible. The helpless citizens do what they can to fend off the attacks. But their creative efforts are mostly useless. How much more can these poor helpless souls take? Fasten your seatbelt, prepare for takeoff. The evil villain's victim is obvious, but it's effective storytelling all the same. The audience shifts around uneasily in their chairs as this beastly threat approaches to snatch the young girl's life away. He's the hero that we all wish we could be. He smiles in the presence of evil, even if he is lacking a little in physical prowess and slightly balding. On first appearance, the villains that he comes across generally seem like very one-dimensional, cartoonish characters in their body language and behaviour. But if you look deeper, there's always a bit of psychological depth to their backstories, like this guy here, who was sent by Mother Nature to destroy humans for polluting the earth. For a moment, you start to see the villain's point of view, like yeah, I actually agree, we have screwed up this planet, we deserve it. Before things take a more demonic twist and you start thinking, well, okay One Punch Man, do your stuff, this guy's just being a real jerk. And every time One Punch Man obliterates his target with a single strike, it's strangely satisfying. But not for the hero. Welcome to the weird and wonderful world of One Punch Man. We meet One Punch Man years before he becomes a hero, when he's about to join the corporate world as a young man. His eyes say it all. Meet half crab, half man, underpants wearing Crablante. To me, this guy seems to represent the relentless pursuit of the corporate good life, indulging in excess and how this turns people into monsters. Corporate culture in Japan is kinda notorious for its long working hours and strict loyalty to the job. Even going to the bar after work with colleagues daily is kind of expected. There's not much time for any personal life. There's something great about heroes in Japanese culture. They always seem to be extremely calm and emotionless when faced with threat, but there's also a sense that the weight of the world is on them and they're just slowly getting tired of it. You can feel his desperation. Extreme calm and total disregard for the threat. This show does a really great job at making you believe that these villains truly are twisted and menacing.
君は俺様と同じく目が死んでいる。死んだ目のよしみだ。特別に見逃してあげましょう。
This moment is a good commentary on good and evil. The world has weighed on both of them and made them feel lifeless. Crablante took the negative path and his actions produced destruction. One Punch Man takes the positive path to be a hero. The world has crushed both of them, but in the end, it's still their choice which path they take.
それに今は別の獲物を探していてね。顎の割れたガキ。見つけたら八つ咲きの刑だ。俺に構うな。
One Punch Man finds the kid, who for some reason has a huge pair of testicles for a chin.
早く行け。サッカーボールが。ボールかよ。つく。
This moment is just hilarious because it's like, kid, stop worrying about your ball. This crab is gonna end you. As big as a pain in the ass that this kid seems to be, One Punch Man still finds the heart to try and protect him. And here we delve even deeper into Crablante's twisted psychology. He starts to feel a kind of delirious joy at the thought of all the people that he's mutilated. Crablante seems to have a deep need for approval, and when someone disrespects him, it's like taking a wrecking ball to his ego. Because the need for approval is so deep, he feels like he has to correct the situation and return his mind to harmony. So he gets a huge amount of satisfaction when taking vengeance, even for the smallest insult. One Punch Man seems to have touched a nerve. This is that moment when you get that gulp in your mouth. The hero is totally outmatched and badly beaten. The villain seems to be going at full throttle. The kid seems absolutely done for. But what does the hero do? He finds a rock, a stupid little rock, and throws it. Hobbling over, fists up, still looking for a fight. It's that moment when the villain starts to question whether this is all worth it.
So, 俺は小さい頃ヒーローになりたかったんだ。サラリーマンじゃなくて、てめえみたいな悪役を一撃でぶっ飛ばすヒーローにな。
The fire in his belly is starting to grow.
就活はやめな。分かって。
Years of repressed rage exploding into this moment of extremely delusional thinking, believing he can actually get some justice and kill this evil giant crab. Hero mode activated. Delusion dismantled. It's at this moment that he takes a deep dive into his soul, searching for any bit of inspiration or ingenuity that he can mysteriously find.
から3年も経つのか。あの時から俺はハゲるくらい死に物狂いで特訓して無敵のパワーを手に入れた。
And this is the brilliance of the show, is that it takes you from an extremely violent and disturbing moment and brings you down to this highly sanitized, hypernormal version of life.
なりたかったヒーローになれたはずだった。だがどうしてだ。何かが違う。俺はなぜこんなにも心が満たされないんだ。
By becoming a hero, One Punch Man became extremely physically powerful. He could destroy his enemies with a single punch and feel that exhilaration, but he still hadn't mastered his mind or mastered his soul. He still felt empty inside. That's why this show is so psychologically good. Even though he's a hero, he's still as lost and confused internally as anyone. And even though the amount of evil villains in the world just seems to be multiplying, and although he seems to have the strength to defeat them all, there's still a void deep down within him that can't be filled simply by attaining superhuman physical strength and all the power in the world.